Alright, it's day 2 on the funded account. It is Monday, January 12th. Um, we're doing pretty good. We went 1-1 on the day. I'm gonna just get straight into the 2 trades I took. So initially, I was looking at ES, but there was no like obvious. Let me turn these on really quick. There was no obvious trade for me at the open. Um, we kind of just opened and just ran up. I seen a lot of people taking this on NQ. There was like a small inversion in here somewhere. It's like that's cool if you trade NQ. But when I saw that we're opening and we're kind of just chopping at our point of control for the last few hours, I just left it alone. And once we had this crazy expansion, I was like, okay, well I missed that. Went over to RTY, and that's where my 2 trades were. So the first trade was kind of just like it's a bad read on my end, looking for a continuation. So you can see we opened like similar on ES. We're sitting at our point of control, so I was waiting for some type of direction. We opened and sell off pretty hard into a pretty deep discount. This is just our overnight profile. Go to a pretty deep discount and tap into this. I think this was a 30-minute gap, and this is a 15-minute gap. So we tap into both of those, and then like immediately reverse higher. My entry should have been, we get this inversion here, we close above. This is on the 2-minute, by the way. We close above here, displace, create this fair value gap, creating BPR down here. This should have been my entry. After this delivered, looking for a retest out of this balanced price range. But after I missed the retest, instead of looking for another retest or just like abandoning the idea, I looked for, I think it was on the 1-minute. Yeah, kind of a dumb idea, but I was looking for a retest out of this second inversion, which is kind of, in hindsight, it's like kind of dumb. But if it hit TP, it wouldn't have been dumb. But like in hindsight, it's kind of a dumb idea looking for this continuation when we're already at our value area high. So yeah, that happened. And I had a few exit conditions. Like I could have got out early, but I just didn't. I let it run my stop. I was going to break even up here. This was our, at this line. This was our opening range high. Our first 15-minute high. There. But I was looking for like a candle closure or something. I don't know. Like I just watched it wick my break even. And I was like, okay, bet. And didn't break even. So. So I got stopped out on that trade. No big deal. It was only 5 points, so it's whatever. And then after that, I just kind of let price like figure itself out. Sold back into a discount, tapping into that same 15-minute gap. So as soon as this sold off, I was just like, okay, this is just an even better buying opportunity. Because on up here, I kind of just like slept on this. This would have been the play to take if I was looking to take a trade up here. Literally just inverting my bias, taking this inversion. That would have played out. You can see this, like something like this. Retest of this, same size stop to value area low. That would have worked out fine. So, what was I saying? Yeah, if I took literally the opposite of what I did here, that would have been a decent setup, but I didn't. Where are we at here? Yeah. So after like all of this displacement, like I said, we traded down to value area low, tapping into that 15-minute gap. And I just immediately, I think I was on the 3-minute. Yeah, and I just immediately scaled down to find an entry. And I really liked how the 1 and the 3-minute were like perfectly aligned. I hate how it snaps back every time you change time frames. But the 1 and 3 were perfectly aligned right here. So what I did, because I was already like super confident in this move coming out of the 15-minute gap trading out of value area low. I was already super confident in it. So I went to the 1-minute, and as soon as we inverted this 1-minute gap, I just put my limit order at CE of the 1-minute gap. Okay, I'm back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so as soon as we inverted this 1 minute gap, I just put my limit order at the CE of the 1 and 3, and I got tagged in like on the next candle after the inversion. That had me a little bit nervous though, because I was hoping that that next candle would invert, but you can see like we wicked up pretty high and sold below, so I was like, that might not be great. But then we inverted on the next candle, so we're good. And it ran crazy. Um, my initial target was just this value area high, but after we once we closed above point of control and flipped this fair value gap here, this was like the first 3 minute on this leg. I was super confident, so I pushed my TP to here, and I was trailing my stop as we went up. And then even here, I was just like, once we broke value area high, I'm like, okay, this is just mad bullish. We will target next day, or actually, I think the previous, if I extended Friday's value area or Friday's volume profile out, let me see. I'm pretty sure this was our value area high here. Yeah, so my last target was up here, or I was gonna just take 3R, which we were literally one tick away from. But I was just actively trailing my stop, and then I saw this little 2 minute inversion, so I was like, okay, let me just get out here. So I closed it for a little over 2.5R, I think, or a little under 2.5R. What's that? Yeah, right there. So basically 2.5, 2.48 if we're trying to get picky, but like that's 2.5. And that was it. I could have held through this little bit of chop and got to my final target up here, but I'm not gonna lie, like this is already like a 40 something minute trade. Like I got in at 9:16, out at, yeah, it's like a 45-minute trade. Um, and like my patience has gotten a lot better, but I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not there yet. Like I'm not gonna hold through this, draw down, then chop to get a few more points. I'm happy with my 2.5. So that was pretty much it. Like I said, the second day on my well, no, like I said, second day on the funded. We are 3 winning days away from a payout. That's pretty much it. Yeah.